Right, we're live. I think my microphone should be working fine. We're live. We're live for another live stream. And to be fair, it's been a while since I have done another live stream. And I just want to say, first of all, hope everyone had a nice Christmas, whether you did celebrate it or not. Hope you guys had a nice day yesterday, chilling with your families, doing whatever. But the football's back. And to be fair, the football's back tonight. The only problem is it's not Arsenal playing. It's not a full schedule of games, which is very, very annoying because one of my favourite things about Boxing Day was the football. We used to have a whole schedule of football on this day. Now, hopefully, we don't have to deal with this for another year. Hopefully, it's only just a one-time thing, and we can get back to watching football normally next year on this day. But we have got a pretty much full schedule tomorrow. You have to bear with me as well. I've got an annoying cold. And yeah, the title is what it suggests. Can we score from open play? The answer to that, I don't know, because we have scored 2 own goals against Wolves, a Victor Gyökeres penalty, and an own goal, and one on a penalty shootout in the game against Palace. 4 of our last goals have been not from open play, I should say. That is not sustainable. The reason being is we've got Brighton next, who, yes, they've got 1 win in 5 and are still somehow 3 points adrift of the 6th place. 1 point adrift, no, 2 points adrift of Manchester United. I think that will be a Conference League spot. And if it goes even lower, yeah, they're still 2 points behind Palace, which I'm assuming if top 5 is a thing this year, which I don't know if it will or not. I've not been keeping track of that. Sorry, you got to excuse me. There we go. Assuming it is a European place, they're almost there, and they've only got 1 win in 5, and I'm pretty sure it's 1 win in 6 if I go really far back, because okay, so they beat Brentford, lost to Villa, lost to Liverpool, beat Forest, and then drew both times at home to West Ham and Sunderland. This team are not on a good bit of form in the minute. And one thing about Brighton that are different to other teams that we played is that Brighton come out and play football. We saw in the Carabao Cup time when we played them in it was the 4th round this season. In the 4th round, this team can play football against you, and this team can make chances easily. Whether they bury them is a whole different story, because they not got quality in a team. Apart from, in my opinion, Danny Welbeck, who I think is a quality player. They've also got James Milner. Matoma's very, very hit and miss, more miss than hit, if I'm being completely honest. But they do have threat, and that's their manager, the way they play football. They've always, from what I can remember, they've always been a team that likes to play fast, quick, attacking football. They like to press high. That can result in them getting smoked sometimes, which I'm hoping it will tomorrow. The thing is that they're known for that. They're like Tottenham in a way. They don't care. Their ownership don't care about winning trophies. Right, and they won one last season. As long as they see attacking football, that's all they care about. And like I said, this team are the exact same. And that's one place where I worry, because when teams put it on us, that's where they get joy. Teams that sit back in the low block don't really get much joy from us, because we're so good defensively. So we've got nothing to do the whole game. And especially with the defence that we got now, yes, we got Saliba back. But obviously we haven't got our main centre-back pairing, which is a complete shame. Why is ad block in my way? Right, okay. But yeah, like I said, it's a game we should be winning. I have read over the press conference notes, and it seems like Gabriel Martinelli will not feature in this game, which is annoying, because obviously the thinking is, like, with the spacing behind that Brighton are going to offer, a game like this would be very good for Martinelli, because obviously he's got pace in behind. Yeah, the quality is not really there, but he can trouble your defence. This might even be a good game for Victor Gyökeres as well. As much as I've crashed it on him, I'm starting to obviously believe he's not the guy. this type of game probably does suit him. A team that's going to give you a bit of space in behind, a team that can he can play on the shoulder of. He's got powerful run, so he can do what he's sort of good at doing best. And yeah, I do think it will be a good game for him to maybe eventually get a goal. And also, I doubt he will start him, but Noni Madueke, it's a good game for him as well. When in a game like this, you got to go for pace, I reckon. The fact that we're at home as well, we can be a bit more direct and a bit more attacking. We haven't got to play Bukayo Saka, and I don't think we should play Bukayo Saka. Yes, Noni Madueke is not the guy at all, and he was awful the other night against Crystal Palace. But this is the type of team you can play him against, and I wouldn't play Saka at all. He's not been good enough for God knows how long. And I've been saying Madueke should be getting a chance. Yes, he weren't great, but more often than not, the guy's delivered. The guy's putting good performances. The energy and A isn't there. I'm pretty sure he's not even got a Premier League goal or assist yet. I think he's lacking in that widely. But I would start those, and I'd also give it a chance to rest players like Trossard and Saka, because we've got Aston Villa at the Emirates on the 31st, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure we got them on New Year's Eve or the day before that. I'm not too sure. But yeah, I did go through Arteta's press conference, and like I said, Gabriel Martinelli won't be there, which is unfortunate, which means that Leandro Trossard will start because he won't start Saka and Madueke. Madueke's shit on the left. I think we've all seen that. He's only really good on the right. But yeah, so most likely be Trossard, Gyökeres, and Bukayo Saka. That's what I think it will be. He did talk about more in his press conference. I did read it earlier. There wasn't really much to say apart from there was stuff to do with Gabriel Jesus. He also talks about playing Calafiori at centre back. I wanted to talk about that as well. I'm not really a fan of seeing Calafiori at centre back. I think he did get better as the game went on. But however, you could tell in his head he still thought he was a left back because he kept pressing the guy in midfield. It was a Water that played that game, kept pressing Water up in midfield when he should have really been a bit more disciplined. That's one problem I got with Calafiori. At centre back, he's not disciplined at all. And look, maybe that was a one-off. Maybe he was getting used to playing there because he has been playing left back quite a bit, and he's got that license to roam the field, which means it will probably be Lewis Skelly at left back again, which I'm fine with. He was all right last game, and also Calafiori at centre back, which is going to have to be, and it will be probably Saliba and Timber because Ben White, I'm pretty sure, is still out injured. And he didn't really say much else, really. He got asked about Gabriel Jesus and Gabriel. He said that Gabriel's not ready yet. He hopes to have him back in training as quick as possible. So that normally means we don't know what's going to happen. Someone asked about him on the chance of the quadruple. And Arteta basically avoided it, which, to be fair, that's the one time I'll allow him for. He says that we just have to focus on Brighton. And he normally says stuff like that, let's be completely honest. And he also got asked about last season's Brighton meeting with Brighton when it was 1-1 with a Declan Rice second yellow, which was a second yellow. Whether I thought at the time it was it or not, doesn't matter, but that was last season. But he also said that Nketiah picked up an injury against Everton. When was that? Did Nketiah pick up an injury? I must have been. When was that? Okay, so if Nketiah is not going to play, who the fuck? Yeah, so it will definitely have to be Calafiori. Yeah, it will have to be Calafiori. Send him back again. Okay, I thought we arrested him against Palace. I must have not noticed that, but okay. Another injury, defender injury. So that's Gabriel Nketiah. Ben White, I'm pretty sure, is out. Mosquera, we got a whole back four out. Great. And I think as well, the injuries, they've got to be investigated because it's not even just under Arteta. It was under Emery. under Wenger, we were getting so many injuries for no reason, and I think it does have to be investigated. I can't lie because we've got so many injuries for no reason. It's proper concerning. But yeah, the game against like I said, I gave my lineup for the team against game against Brighton. I think we will win this game. We've had a decent amount of rest. We did play on Tuesday, although it did go to penalties. But yeah, I think we should get this game done. And Brighton aren't in a bit of a good form at the minute. But listen, Brighton at the Emirates is never easy. To be fair, we played better away from home against Brighton, from what I can recall. The last time we beat him at the Emirates was it weren't last season. It was the season before, I believe, when Havertz scored. And also, give me 1 second, guys. Right, so about that, one thing about living at home with your mum is you still get told to put a few things away, which is done now. But yeah, what was I on about? Yeah, Havertz. Um, Havertz is back in training. He probably will be on the bench. Um, and one thing I can say about that, don't be surprised if Kai Havertz in the starting 11 soon, because we know this guy doesn't really rate Victor Gyökeres. Most people don't really, to be fair. Rightly so, he hasn't been good. But don't be surprised if he's back, because Arteta is a massive protector of Kai Havertz. We've seen that so many times. He played him in midfield. Instead of just, completely discarding him, he tries to make it work at a number 9 position, which it did to an extent, but we didn't really get much out of him. Only a 14-goal season. Apart from that, not much. And to be fair to him, he has had injury issues. But yeah, I do think we'll win. How we score the goals, I don't know. I genuinely don't know. The most sensible thing is that we can get goals, playing the ball over the top, playing into our attackers quick. But listen, Mikel Arteta, when he gets something handed on a plate, he throws that shit in the bin straight away. So I don't know what's going to happen. We should be beating Brighton. I think we will beat Brighton. How we get the goals, I don't know. I'm going to go with a score prediction of 3-0. It won't be a 3-0 convincing win. It'll be a dead game, because it is a dead game. That's the reason why this game's at 3 o'clock and not televised in the UK legally. But yeah, that is it for me. We've got football tonight. Man United against Newcastle, and I think Newcastle win this game. I'm pretty sure it's tonight at 8, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it's tonight at 8 on Sky. Only game on Boxing Day, which is annoying, but at least we are getting some football. I've also got AFCON as well. I watched the Egypt against South Africa game earlier. Salah covering up stinker with a penalty. But yeah, that is it from me. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go and watch this game later. Get a few more things done. But big up to everyone who has been in and out. And like I said, like, sub, and share the content around. And I'll see you lot in a bit. I'm out.